Hello, and welcome to episode 174 of Comedians Interviewing Musicians. My name is Becky Joniel. My lovely co-host could not be here tonight. She had some serious computer issues, so Venmo Kim. She needs to buy a lot of rice to get a lot of water out of her laptop. We are joined by the lovely and talented Kathy and the Kilowatts. Please introduce yourselves.
I'm Kathy Murray.
And I'm Bill Jones.
You can't just say Bill Jones, Bill the Monster Jones.
Oh, yeah. Well, the Monster Jones. Yeah, that too.
Is it the Monster or just Monster?
Just Monster, because I have a Jones for monsters.
I like that. It's like Prince, Monster. Okay, cool. Yes, we are joined. This is awesome. Yes, Kathy and Monster Jones. I'm living for it. I'm just going to say it over my head. It feels like the best. Kathy and the Kilowatts is the name of the band. We have a special treat for y'all today because obviously this looks like the acoustic duo that you might see, but it's actually, they have, please explain, you've got like an awesome back band track?
Bill had the best idea during the shutdown, and we had our studio engineer send us recordings that we've released on our CDs, but minus the guitar and the vocals. So we can play along with our band in situations like this. So it's great. It's just worked out fantastic. I hope it works out fantastic tonight.
Oh, I bet. And you guys have the sickest, cutest little studio set up here. Tell the podcast listeners like what you've got, a plethora of really awesome band posters and music show posters and this cute pink setup. Please tell us where they're at and what we're all looking at.
Well, this is just a small sliver of the posters that we have. But, you know, you're looking at the Austin Blues Heritage Festival from 1980. Kathy and the Kilowatts played that show. Stevie Ray Vaughan played it. W.C. Clark, Angela Straley, etc. So that was amazing. And I'm very happy to still have that poster. We've got our Seaboys Heart and Soul poster, first Saturdays at Seaboys. They're starting back up on July 3rd. So we're really excited about that. Muddy Waters, an original Muddy Waters at Antone's. We put up the Salvation scarf from Joe Nick Potosky's Texas Music Hour of Power, his Saturday night must tune into radio show. This here is the Fabulous Thunderbirds Girls Go Wild LP that changed the music all over the world, changed the way people played, the way they dressed. A huge influence on us.
You got quite the setup. It's incredible. Everyone should definitely get on the YouTube video of this and just ogle at the sliver of your collection is so cool. And Bill, this guitar you are rocking looks like it was cut from a very expensive production of Grease. It is beautiful.
Thank you. I call it the fin, like a fin from a 57 Chevy.
I was going to say it looks like, okay. 57 Chevy, what I was going for, but I know nothing about cars, and I thought someone was going to come for me in the comments like, Rebecca, you know nothing about cars, which is true, but it's what I saw. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
I love it. And it looks so cool, and it sounds even better.
Yeah. So it actually sounds well. I was happy to get, I saw it, and I said, man, I've got to have it, regardless of what it sounds like. And it turned out it sounded fantastic.
No, you guys are awesome. I know that one of the things you came to discover in quarantine was the usage of the band backing track to be able to do socially distant streamings. But is there anything else during the quarantine that you guys did to distract each other or have a good time? Learn how to make bread? Do we learn how to knit?
You know, if I had to be locked down with anybody, it would be with Bill Jones. And we did a lot of songwriting. We wrote one day we were having coffee and Bill said to me, you know, during this time, you can't just be your usual nice. You've got to be
extra nice.
Extra nice. So we wrote Extra Nice, and did a home demo of it on our Tascam 8-track, and I shot a little iPhone video. It's out there on YouTube. Extra Nice with an X, Extra Nice. And that was really fun. That turned out great.
I love it.
Oh, here's something else that Bill. So Bill, he's a monster guitar player and musician, but he also does classic B-movie romantic monster figures. So
that is so. I was hoping I was gonna bring it up if you weren't gonna bring it up because it's amazing.
This is current. This is a teenage werewolf.
This is from a film called I Was a Teenage Werewolf with Michael Landon in 1957. So this is just a bust I'm doing for a client right now, and I just finished it. So this is what kept me busy during the pandemic as well, doing stuff like this.
That is incredible.
MonsterJones.com has an amazing photo gallery. If anybody's into the B movies, and
I have somebody you need to meet, Bill, because I follow one of this special effects makeup artist I know goes by Monster Maker by Night online. He's very into the classic B camp. He does, classic. He does like classic glamour and whatever other makeup, but his shtick is just B horror. Oh, I've got to introduce you. You guys would have a guess. Oh, yeah. Any hoozle. We are going to hear the first song from Kathy and the Kilowatts. If you would like to tip, please go to Kathy. It's just Kathy and the Kathy hyphen? No.
It's on Venmo. It's at Kathy Kilowatt. Mm-hmm. And on PayPal, it's paypal.me/Kathy Kilowatt.
Hell yeah. And make sure to tip with a fist bump and the lightning bolt emoji so they know that you listened to this episode. And thanks again to our patrons and sponsors who are here listening with us. And we really appreciate your support. We've got a bunch of cool stuff cooking for you to pop out in July for your good summer. We'll quench your thirst for comedians and your musicians this summer with a bunch of good stuff. So tell all your friends and maybe up your tier. Who knows? We've got good things coming to you. So tip Kathy and the Kilowatts on Venmo. It's on the ticker below with a fist bump and a lightning bolt, and go to CIMP.LIVE to support us on Patreon. This is the first song from Kathy and the Kilowatts. Enjoy, y'all.
Thank you, Becky Jo. Anything lives.
Just
here goes. Ready?
Yeah.
Woo!
Wow.
Planting seed, cutting weed, milling grain, everything. Who will help me? Little mini penis thing. Who will help her make a bread? Whipping eggs, adding flour, kneading dough. Who will help me? Little mini sing. Who will help her make a bread? Early to rise, late to bed. Who's gonna help her make a bread? Sparky and John, lazy cat, quacking duck. They don't wanna work, they don't want none of that. Who will help me? Little henny penny man. Who will help her make a bread? We can help her now, Billy J.
Hot from the oven, bread tastes so good. Everybody want a piece, that's understood. Who will help me? Little Henny Penny said. Who will help her make a break? Early to rise, late to bed. Who gonna help her make a bread? Planting sheep, cutting wheat, milling grain, everything. Who will help me? Little Henny Penny said. Who will help her make a bread? Who will help her make a bread?
Hell yes. All right, y'all. That was Kathy and the Kilowatts karaoke team. I love that. I totally stole that joke from Bill. Don't worry about it. Thank you so much again for being here. And if you're having a good time on Facebook, friends and patrons, please tip Kathy and Bill on Venmo and PayPal with the fist bump and the lightning bolt so they know it's real. Any hoozle. Oh, we have two. Wait, hold on. Hide these damn things. What is going on? There we go. It's not hiding. I wanted to see the comments. There they are. Okay. Anywho, if you're here, leave a comment, see if you got any questions. We'd love to answer them for you. But before that, I'd like to ask a few myself. Any hoozle, you have had some recent Grammy buzz. Please tell us. Please let us know. Oh, great Grammy nominated artist, Kathy and the Kilowatts. Please tell us what's going on.
It was this year. I call it my brush with a Grammy. I co-wrote a song called All My Dues Are Paid with Rick Estrin and Kid Anderson. And it was recorded by the late, great Frank Bay. He passed away shortly after he released the album of that title, All My Dues Are Paid. And it was nominated for Best Traditional Blues Album for the 2021 Grammys. And that was really cool. And it was also nominated for Song of the Year for the Blues Music Awards. And those are the biggest blues awards in the world this year. And again, didn't win, but hey, it was great being nominated.
But you get to say that. It was great to be nominated. You get to say that. That is so cool.
It is good. It's wonderful.
I'm so proud of you. That's so cool. And I think for some of the Patreon people, you may know this because you're longtime friends of the pod. But actually, Kathy and Bill and I met in like 2017 or 18. It was one of my early days here at Comedians and Interviewing Musicians, and we went to a dinner with Julia's show that was a feature. I was hosting it, featuring Allie Holder, and Julia got to cook for us. It was fantastic. If listeners out there is not familiar with Julia Malanta, just Google dinner with Julia. It's Giulia. Chris will edit this and make sure I don't sound like an idiot. Please don't. Fix it in post. Julia makes incredible food. She makes incredible music. Check her out. But yeah, I guess
great. Love her.
She's fantastic, super uber talented. And I know that's like a throwback for me. And we touched on it a little bit because you talked about C-Boys poster you have. I would like to know, it's on your bio, like your first outing out in Austin. But what was like the first couple of years in this scene really like for you? And I want like take us back. And I want you talked a little bit before about the photography. I just want to know so much.
Well, you know, I was a photographer and I took a lot of shots of musicians that have been in a lot of books and stuff. And my camera was stolen. And so I didn't have my art and I was too poor to buy another camera. So anyway, there was a club that was where Magnolia on South Congress is now, Magnolia Restaurant, called the Ostex Lounge. And it was live blues 7 nights a week, run by Steve Dean and his mom, Elaine Dean. And so one night, some friends that had heard me, singing in the car and singing around, taught me into sitting in with their band at the Ostex. And Steve Dean offered me Sunday night residency if I put a band together. So I put my first band together, and the Jaguars, or actually they were together and I joined them. We did a Sunday night residency, and then I morphed into Kathy and the Kilowatts. So Kathy and the Kilowatts have been performing this town for over 40 years.
That's incredible. Thank you for your contribution to the Austin art scene. Hello, formative years.
I tell you, I was young, I was learning and made all my mistakes in front of everybody. And having that free open bar at the Ostex didn't help much either.
Nothing
but I made my way through.
Right. I guess you say like you made a lot of mistakes in front of people, but is there a piece of advice that has stuck with you that you received early in your career that you live by now?
Well, there's a gentleman that unfortunately passed away about a year ago. Oh, I guess it's been 2 years. Blues Boy Hubbard, and he would come out and see me on those Sunday nights. And he's just a legendary blues player from Austin. Played a lot of gigs with Bill and I. And so anyway, one day he said, "Hey, I have some things I want to tell you. I'm not a singer, but I know some things about singing." And he came over the next day and taught me a bunch of stuff, and just said, treat your voice like a horn and make the changes like an instrument. And he really got me off and running. Blues Boy Hubbard did.
That's amazing. Is there a shitty piece of advice that every day you're like, God, I'm glad I didn't take that?
Well, I don't know. One thing I came to mind, I don't think it's a shitty piece of advice, but I remember one time hanging out with Stevie Vaughan and him, saying that we're at a party after a gig and stuff, and him saying, it's not about fame and fortune and having everybody know your name. For him, it was about love. And that's kind of been a North Star for me. The music and my love of the music has guided me in life. And if I'm going the wrong way, sometimes when I was younger, maybe I loved the music more than I loved myself. And so I could head toward the light, toward the North Star,
That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that.
Boy, that's a good question. I've never been asked that before. Some shitty advice is like somebody coming to you and telling you, you should do these songs. You should play this kind of music. Somebody once told me, I should be a punk rocker, which, I dig punk rock, but I'm not a punk rocker,
Right.
So I think just doing things in a contrived way, maybe to try to, I don't know, to be famous and rich, maybe it works for some people, but it wouldn't have worked for me.
That's fair. I had a vocal coach tell me that I'm a soprano. And I was like, I cannot even think in a high register. Like, I have no idea what you are talking about. That is not like, listen to me. I've had a smoker's voice since I was like 8. Like, it is not,
there's no question about it.
Like, what was this woman on? Helium, turns out. No, actually, Bill Monster Jones. I want to know when they erect a famous statue in your name, similar to Stevie's on the boardwalk. Where would you like yours about?
I would like mine at Toy Joy.
Perfect.
I love Toy Joy. It's a great place.
And what would obviously, other than shredding the guitar, that is your beautiful 57 Chevy Finn. What else would you be wearing? Like a fun hat? Would you be wearing like a full length leather jacket? What are we talking here? What would your statue look like?
Yeah, I'd probably be wearing a shark skin, my green shark skin suit. looking cool and slick in my Stacey Adams shoes, two-tone shoes. Yeah. Keeping the vibe going.
Yes. Oh, I love it. You guys are so fun. We are flying through this interview. If you guys are having a good time, please, please, please tip them at the Venmo and PayPal's below with the fist bump and the lightning bolt. I keep doing this with my finger and I'm like, squiggle. It's not a squiggle, Rebecca. It's a lightning bolt, not the squiggle.
It's like his strap here.
Yes, like the strap. Oh, how am I just now noting this? Y'all are so rad. Dang. Okay. Anyways, we're going to hear 2 more songs from Kathy and the Kilowatt. So if you would like to take this time to subscribe to our Patreon, now's your chance. Go to CIMP.LIVE. And this is 2 more songs from Bill and Kathy of Kathy and the Kilowatts. Enjoy.
All right. Thank you, Becky Jo. I co-wrote this next song with my good friend Steve Snyder. Love Came Knocking. When love came knocking on my door, I've given up all pretense. I hope I'll ever make a sense of the heartache that went on before. Love came knocking on my door. When love came knocking on my door, suspicion was my closest friend. Whispering again and again, you just a little in the game of a more. Then love came knocking on my door. Anticipating what might lie in store, though my heart was scared to see. Never had no love come knocking on my door, but that love stood in front of me. Yeah. Oh yeah. When love came knocking on my door, my fire had cooled the ashes. I battened down all the hatches. My poor heart couldn't take anymore. Then love came knocking on my door. When love came knocking on my door, I fell down on bended knee. Almost had to call the love police. You know it shook me right to the core. When love came knocking on my door, I anticipating what might lie in store, though my heart was scared to see. Never had no love come knocking on my door, but their love stood in front of me. Yeah. Oh yeah. When love came knocking on my door, special delivery, satisfied as a girl can be, and still falling like never before. When love came knocking on my door, when love came knocking on my door, real love came knocking, sweet, sweet love at my door. When love came knocking on my door. From Port Arthur, Texas, Bill Jones.
Thank you.
All right, it's blues time at Music First Hand. We're going to do one of our favorite Lowell Fulson songs, Black Nights.
Well, it used to be I could call you mine alone, but now I see you wanna be left out on your own. You must have someone new to make me go through right nights. Well, it used to be we could have so much fun, just you and me. When our working day was done, now when I get home, you either cut or you gone. Black nights, black nights. It used to be when you see my face, you would smile and happily you'd run to me just like a child. Now you must be some kind of days, little boy, you change your ways by night. It used to be black nights, they were never long. Now it's plain to see I'll have these blues from now on. You look me head up and left, you will soon be on yourself black night.
Radical. Thank you guys again so much for being here. If y'all are just tuning in, this is the incredibly talented Kathy and the Kilowatts and Bill Monster Jones. We are going to play a little game. Kathy and the Kilowatts is obviously a dope band to name, but it's different. And I love alliteration. I live for a little moment where she gets her own fun name for her background. I love that. But it got me thinking about a bunch of other weird band names that are obviously a lot stranger. We talked a little bit about it before the show went off. Some of them were just straight up inappropriate. Some of them were super strange. Some of them were like lost in translation. That's why some people thought they were weird. But I picked 6 of the dumbest ones, in my opinion. And embarrassingly enough, I did own 2 of these bands' albums in college. So without actually 3 of them. Ooh, that's bad. We will start with this one's the most out there. It is the only not American group. The band is called Bathtub Shitter. We all know one. Scott Collins, I know you're watching.
Are we supposed to guess what style of music we think that is?
Mm-hmm. What kind of music do you think Bathtub Shitter makes?
I guess hillbilly meth, speed rock.
Yeah,
I love it.
Punk.
Yes, speed punk, speed rock. Okay, I like that because I mean the idea is that I love the idea of someone shitter is a very specific regional term, right?
Yeah, I think the inositol and the cocaine.
Well, it could be that too.
Baby laxative and the cocaine.
True. Because my mind went to like someone who shits in a bathtub. You immediately thought someone who turned a bath, like we're talking about the bathtub being used as a shitter. That's even better. I'm here for all of that. Sorry, my dog has bombarded this podcast again. Everyone say hello to Mercy. She's got attachment issues. Hi,
Hello,
Mercy.
Hi, Mercy.
She's very beautiful.
Oh, thank you. That's what she comes for. She thinks that if she gets up here, she'll get compliments and they'll bribe her with cookies to leave me alone. It's not going to happen today, ma'am. Anywho, so the next band is called Natalie Portman's Shaved Head. This band was in high school when they started, hence the dumbass name. But it actually came out the year after V for Vendetta came out with that scene where Natalie Portman shaves her head. Apparently she hated it and she was their muse. So they eventually changed their name to Bright Futures, Brite Futures, but they only lasted like 2 years after they changed that name. So it did not last very long.
Okay. Natalie Portman's Shaved Head.
Mm-hmm.
Bill, I'm going to let you take a shot at this one.
Oh, what kind of music this is? Oh, good gosh. Okay, what?
Girl grunge.
Ooh. That's what it should be, if we're being honest. If why this wasn't an all-girl grunge band kind of pisses me off now. Damn it, that should have been. They actually
like Pussy Riot,
Yeah, like Pussy Riot. That's what it should. Oh, you know what? Natalie Portman's Shaved Head sounds like a parody of Pussy Riot that like a Seth MacFarlane film would have in it. Like that's what the movie's called. They're a Seattle band. They're like a house pop band. There's a song that they have called Me and Your Daughter. It's like synth pop, but not like cute synth pop. It's very weird. It's kind of emo synth pop. I don't recommend it, but I did own the album. Why? We were going through things. I was 13. The next one is The Devil Wears Prada. And contrary to popular belief, they formed and wrote their first album 1 year before the film. And they swear that they meant that materialism is the pathway to hell. That's what they meant.
Okay.
Well, that can make sense. Yeah. The Devil Wears Prada.
Polka? Polka dot music.
I would think it would be some kind of sophisticated lounge music.
Ooh, that's giving them way too much credit. I also, embarrassingly enough, had several of their albums. They are a Christian metal band. They do Christian screamo. Personally, my favorite song that they've ever done was a cover of Stay Fly, and it is terribly bad. It's from a Pop Goes Punk album. Any of my former emo kids out there will know that they probably burned that from their memories, as they should. Yeah, The Devil Wears Prada. I thought that it would give it away a little bit because they did mean, they sincerely meant by naming their band The Devil Wears Prada that they were talking about materialism being the death of God and the pathway to hell. But they sold hundreds of albums. So whatever that means.
Right.
Sold it for Jesus. The next one is Dale Earnhardt Jr. Jr.
Jr. He's a race car driver, right?
Yeah, Dale Earnhardt was a race car driver who died.
There's got to be something fast.
Oh, I know what it is. It's a Beach Boys cover band.
Ooh, that's smart.
Yeah, there you go.
What's that song they do?
409, 409.
Yeah.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. is a Detroit-based indie pop band, and apparently they've reached out to Dale Earnhardt Jr. to see if he found offense to it. He apparently loves it. So I guess Dale Earnhardt Jr. loves him some indie pop from Detroit. Apparently they grew up where they grew up in Detroit. Not the only sport they really talked about where they particularly their neighborhood they grew up in was all racing. So they were trying to be relevant. Who knew? This one's fun. Bowling for Soup. It is a more recognized, or more popular one. They had like a couple of bops in the early 2000s. And it's supposedly a mockery of Steve Martin's game show character bit Bowling for Shit. And they adapted to Bowling for Soup.
Bowling for Soup.
Bowling for Soup.
I think it would be like a frothy kind of punk rock.
Ooh, frothy. I like that. Like a little pretentious punk rock. Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
like I don't like to call my dad, but then secretly they have very healthy relationships with both parents. Like, I see through you. It's actually a pop punk band, so you're really not wrong at all. They also kind of presented themselves very, like Chris, what's the band? I'm gonna get in trouble for this. What's the band that the guy's like, someday I suppose, and he's like, all the time. It's like a 90s ska band. They're in the movie Clueless. Oh my God, I'm gonna get in so much trouble for this. The Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. They dress like they're in the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, but they're in a pop punk band. They are wildly confusing. Bowling for Soup is. And this is the last one, and arguably the worst. Penis Flytrap.
That's a really good name.
That's real good.
That should go along with the band name that I made up. Per Box.
Per box.
Per Box opens up for Penis Flytrap.
Oh yeah, Per Box and Penis Flytrap are definitely a drag king and drag queen duo out of Australia or something. Yeah, what genre is Per Box?
Oh, let's see. It's like a straight ahead female rock and roll, American rock and roll.
Pussy Riot.
But
Per Box.
Penis Flytrap. Wow. Oh, it is.
Is that right? Wow.
I never looked it up. Wow. Well, what kind of music does Penis Flytrap? I would have to say funk, right?
Yeah, funk. We haven't used that one yet. Maybe funk.
It is an LA-based horror punk band. I would be upset if they had a name like Penis Flytrap and there wasn't blood involved. Like it should be a horror punk band. Yes, like I guess that's like horror metal, horror punk, probably along the same lines. Maybe that's like Rocky Horror. I don't know, but Penis Flytrap. And for an honorable mention, we have to shout out to Tony Danza Tap Dancing Extravaganza, which was a US-based new metal band. They were equal trash, but Tony Danza Tap Dance Extravaganza, I definitely had you on a mixtape once or twice in my life. That was the crazy band name game with Kathy and the Kilowatts. You guys won. I'm just going to go ahead and say you won. Nobody wins anything, but you won.
Your love of music, Becky Jo, is very impressive.
Oh, thank you. That was a deep reach. And also those were the nice ones. Whatever you do not Google weird band names. It's a lot of like butt stuff, wordplay, and like teetering on not PC shit. So just don't do it. If you're having a good time, please tip Kathy and the Kilowatts on Venmo and PayPal with the fist bump and the lightning bolt emoji. And if you're having a double good time, tell your friends and join us on Patreon. We'd love to show you some more stuff we're going to do one more song in the live feed, then cut the stream. Then after that, we are going to record 2 more questions and 1 more song as an exclusive bonus. So if you want to see that, you're going to have to join Patreon, because that's how capitalism works. We are but dirty, filthy artists. So tip us, join us on Patreon. We'd love to see you and have your support so we can continue doing this show. We're going to hear one more song from Kathy and the Kilowatts. Take it away, Bill and Kathy. The world is your oyster.
Join Music Firsthand, everybody. They are just wonderful, and they're supporting the scene here in Austin. This next song is off. We're in the studio right now recording a new album, but this is off our current one. It's called Premonition of Love, and the song I wrote is called Grow Some. You ready to grow some, Bill?
Let's grow some, baby.
Grow some, baby, I know we can. Grow like light, a shining light. And then all kind of muscles you can build, darling. Grow some, baby, I know we can. You gotta turn up the heat, you gotta stir the fruit. Grow some, baby, me and you, it's the thing to do. It's the thing to do. We don't stop our schooling when we graduate. Jump out of the box, honey, change your fate. And we can be so fine when we sing okay. Grow some, love, never too late. You gotta turn up the heat, you gotta stir the fruit. Grow some, baby, me and you, it's the thing to do. It's the thing to do. Close one chapter, open another. Use your senses and discover. Outside your mind, there's a world of wonder. You satisfy your deepest hunger. You gotta turn up the heat, you gotta stir the brew. Throw some, baby, me and you, it's the thing to do. It's the thing to do. Grow some, baby, harvest time. Ripe fruit hanging low on the vine. Reach a little further, realign. Feel the energy moving straight up the spine. You gotta turn up the heat, you gotta stir the brew. Grow some, baby, me and you, it's the thing to do. It's the thing to do. You gotta turn up the heat, you gotta stir the brew. Grow some, baby, me and you, it's the thing to do. It's the thing to do. Grow some, baby, it's the thing to do. Me and you, it's the thing to do. It's the thing to do. It's the thing to do. Yeah, baby.
Hell yeah. Thank you guys so much again for joining us in the live stream. We are going to skedoodle on out of here and film some exclusive content for you. So if you'd like to see that, you know where to go. Thanks again to Kathy and Bill for being here. Say goodbye to your Facebook fans.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Becky Jo. Thank you, Chris. Thank
Absolutely.
you, everybody, for tuning in.
And we don't have a show next week, but we turn in the week after that. Chris just texted me this night. I forgot. I know my dog's yelling at me. Come up here. We'll tell them together. We're back on the 13th with Pauline Reese. So be sure to tune in then. We'll miss you next week, but please be sure to join us on Patreon so you can see what we got cooking. Bye, Facebook.
Woo-hoo. Bye-bye.
Mercy.